So it's going to be a packed show. I think right now what we're going to do first is we're going to start off with the Skinner and Picard, because this one is one that I wish you would stop
Hot
talking
topic,
about.
yeah. Hot topic.
Eventually, you'll
Hot
stop
topic.
talking about it. So go ahead, man.
Yeah, when they do something about it, I'll finally quit talking about it.
All right. It's all
Okay.
yours.
All right, buddy. Well, appreciate everybody being here. So to the Skinner and Picard debate, I know there's lots of love for Stuart Skinner because he's an Edmonton kid, but let's face it, he just has not performed the way he should. And you can't lay it all on the feet of Stuart Skinner, but you know, so many guys go by the numbers. I'm not a numbers guy, but if you want to go by the numbers, Stuart Skinner played 50 games last year. He was 26, 18, and 4. He had a 2.81 goals against average and an 896 save percentage. Calvin Pickard, on the other hand, played 31 games. He actually played 36, but he started 31. He was 22, 10, and 1 with a 2.71 goals against average and a 900 save percentage. So strictly by the numbers, Picard is a better goaltender. Now, granted, he probably didn't face the top teams.
Yeah,
but,
I was just going to say, yeah.
A couple years in a row, though, he's come in the playoffs and bailed Stuart Skinner out, so to speak.
Right.
I know one was an injury, but you know, when we had that epic meltdown in, was it the second or third round? And
second round, you talk
Pickard
about.
comes in and rattles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was against Vancouver, right?
Pickard comes in and rattles off 7 straight. Yeah. Vancouver. Pickard comes in, rallies off 7 straight, and he doesn't even deserve a look for the starter. I mean, personally, if it were me at the helm, I would absolutely give Pickard a lot more leash this year. I'd probably run him, if I could, 41 and 41. Equal starts, and whoever comes out on top, that's my goalie going into the playoffs. I think Stuart Skinner has had a lot of leash, and let's face it, he hasn't been there. And like I said earlier, this isn't all on Skinner. The defense is a fucking mess. So but again, even just by the sheer numbers, they both have the same team playing in front of them, and Pickard's numbers are better. Plain and simple. What do you think, Kev? Do you think I'm off base here?
Yeah, a little bit. I think that you know, when it comes to Skinner, this year is either, you know, do or die. Okay. You know, you get us. Here's the thing. He can get us. Them as a tandem can get us to the Stanley Cup. They did it twice in a row, so it's not by fluke the second time.
They've proven it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But can't get us over the line.
Agreed.
And you know, okay, we as fans complain about the goalie coach. Okay, the goalie coach has been changed now. So the onus right now.
Yes, that's
the onus right now is on them to perform and get us over that line. If you don't do it, then yeah, I don't know what you do after that. I mean, now the thing is, you know, we'll see how the season goes at first, and that's what they're going to do, and that's always been the plan. But I think they've eliminated excuses for both of those goaltenders, you know, or even eliminated the excuses for us as fans, being like, okay, now you got a different voice in there. And apparently, from what Skinner said in the interviews that I saw him do for the captain's skate, is that there's a lot of communication between him and the new goalie coach, as well as with Pickard, probably more so than it has been in the past.
Which is good.
Which is good. Which is definitely good. So, you know, do I have confidence? Like, no. I think that I feel like they could bring you to the prom. They can't bring you to they can bring you to the dance, but not bring you to the promised land. You know, so
that's fair.
You know, this is it. This is, to me, I'm gonna give you one more year. This is, you know, as a fan, I've always, and you know as well as I do, that I haven't said anything where I've given up on them. I know there's a lot of other player or fans that have, and they got a really good reason for it. However, I'm just like, okay, you know what? As a fan, I used to bitch and complain about the other goalie coach. Now we got a new goalie coach. If they can't make it work with this new voice in there, and it's not just the goalie coach that's the new voice. We got new voices, period, in that leadership
Yep.
group,
Assistant
right?
coaches. I mean,
Assistant
Gullison left.
coaches,
Yep.
Paul Coffey's gone. Now Mark Stewart has to step up and fill in a role because
Yep.
Gauly's gone. So we're getting different voices in there now, younger voices, mind you. These guys aren't very old. They've played the game, and that's what we need. We need younger, coaches as well, because the way that you coach a team isn't, the Tortorella way anymore, right? People have
No.
feelings. People have little special corners they got to go to.
Well, that's
He
called the
told me,
safe space, Kev.
yeah,
When I played, that was the end stall and the shitter, the handicap stall.
yeah,
That was the safe space.
yeah.
And
But
now, yeah,
it's gotten a little lighter, obviously, and maybe so. I mean, I don't want to go into that conversation because you see a lot of these hockey players that have gone through these really rough coaches, and then they turn out having substance abuses after their careers, right? So, I mean,
yeah,
that's another conversation for a different time. But
that's a whole
um,
nother show, Kev.
I'm gonna. This is it. Like for me to you, Matt, and when you're asking me, I'm not gonna give up on them. The brass have given us, what we've asked for as far as a new goalie coach. This is your if I'm Stuart Skinner and I'm like, I agree. I think Stuart Skinner is the one that's gonna have to really prove himself more than Pickard.
I think so. He needs to take a big step this year.
Yeah, he does, and they're obviously so he has to look at this like this is a do or die for him. And he's in the last year of his contract. I guarantee you they're not even fucking whispering anything to him about an extension, like a
Not yet.
McDavid or Jake Wallman or Matthias Ekholm. Now, when you mentioned about their defense, just bear with me here.
Yeah.
I want to see. Okay, so it's 25, 24, 25. Yeah, you might
What are you
see
looking at?
it's so hard to like depending on who you talk to when it comes to these analytics, right? Like NHL.com has him at like 10th overall for best defenseman in the league,
Evan
defensive core.
Bouchard.
And then you got people that have them like fucking one guy has him at number 1. A couple of them have him at number 1 in the league, and then some of them have him in a lot of them have him in top 5. So
You're talking
I
about Evan Bouchard.
No, I'm talking about the Oilers defense as a
Oh, the
cohesive
Oilers.
group
Oh, as a whole.
as a
As a
whole.
whole.
Yeah.
See,
Here's the thing when it comes to the
I don't.
defense for me. I we've lived through the decade of darkness. Then
Decade of darkness.
fuck
Yeah.
man, I'll tell you right now, our defense is a lot better than it used to be during those 10 years. However, with that being said,
Was it though?
yeah. You don't go to the Stanley Cup 2 times in a row with a fucking decade of darkness defense, dude. Like you don't. We could there would be more pucks in our net than we would be putting in anybody else's net because you had said it before. Defense wins you games, so it's
It does.
definitely
Well, no. Offense wins you games. Defense wins you championships.
yeah. I mean, then you got into you went to the finals twice, so I would say yes, it is better than the decade of darkness. Now with that being said, when I look at this group, I think okay. First off, let's not even like Bouchard. You're gonna have to live up to 10.5. I don't want to see you fumbling the puck anymore. Fucking coughing up, fucking
I don't want to see
breakaways,
any turnovers. I want to
no
see the
turnovers. I don't want to
playoff
fucking
or
yeah.
the power play revamped.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm taking a look at guys like fuck, man. Like, I still think. And I know you agreed with me at first last year, you didn't agree with me. You were so far up Josh Brown's butt that, but then into the playoffs,
I still think he has a place on this team.
yeah, but I, I look at your first two, what is it? It's going to be, obviously, it's Ekholm and Bouchard. The second one
Ekholm
is,
Bouchard is number one. Second is probably Nurse Kulak. And third is Wallman Emberson.
yeah.
That's how
I would almost
and then
like,
your 7 and 8 are probably Stetcher and maybe Brown. Stetcher is definitely number 7.
okay, well, I'm going to tell you this right now because I know that you most likely haven't had the chance to do this. Check out this regular kid. Like, go after tonight or sometime tonight, or this weekend, get your chance to kind of like go through his stats, go through all the videos that are out there about this kid. I really think that like he's not ready to play in the NHL because of his injury. He's taken, like, he said he's not ready to play in the NHL.
Yeah.
But he's going to be that, like, he's tall, he's lanky, he's fucking big. He first pass, I don't know why Ottawa gave up on him, but he'll be one to fill in a role eventually. But I think it's going to go back and forth between.
He's only 6'4", Dev.
But
he's no bigger. Matthias Ekholm goes at 6'5".
Yeah.
Josh Brown goes at 6'5".
But Stetcher's like what, 5'5"? Fucking
Stetcher's 5'11", I believe. Hang on.
Emberson is about the same. Like, he's fucking small.
Yeah, our defense core is not big.
Yeah. So 6'4" is fucking taller than me.
Troy Stetcher's 5'10". Darnell Nurse is 6'4". Brett Kulak is 6'2". Ekholm 6'5".
Yeah. That's still 6'4" is still pretty tall.
Evan Bouchard is 6'3". These are big men.
Yeah. So, but he'll fill in that role. I think for now, for when it comes to the defense, is like you've already said, okay, Bouchard, like I said, you can't, like, you fumble that puck once, I'm already regretting it, right? And if you do fumble it, I might give you yes, exactly, recover. Don't fucking rely on Nugent Hopkins to come all the way back from the hash marks and fucking take the puck away.
To break up a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Or,
exactly.
If I see him stop skating on a play once this year, I'm going to lose my shit.
Oh, 100%. Like, this
lose it. Even if he's beaten, even if the guy's got a clear breakaway and he blow by Bouchard, you better have your fucking head down and skating all the way back until the fucking whistle goes.
Yeah.
Not stand there and coast from the blue line in and just wait for Stuart Skinner to make a fucking save.
I expect you to be on all fucking to your knees, fucking paddling back and out of breath back to the bench.
Sledge hockey style with the end of the stick digging into the ice, pulling yourself backwards. Man.
Yeah. So, but Bouchard out of the question. The other thing that, okay, we had a really good power play a few years ago. It's obviously fallen off. Like, it's fallen off quite badly, to be honest with you. Okay, we need a new style on what you're going to do with that.
We discussed that at length on our last phone call, Kev, was, Gulletson, our power play is a one-trick pony. Bouchard skates it to the red line, drops it to McDavid.
Yeah.
And
hopefully
Florida figured it out. You could see they funneled everything to the one side, pinched McDavid off, and that was it. Boom, down the night. So there needs to be more variety in it.
Yeah.
There needs to be more creativeness. Other than McDavid skates it in and everybody's waiting for Draisaitl to fucking pot one off the open side like Ovechkin was made famous for.
Right.
There needs to be more creativity on that power play rather than just two shooters.
Right. 100%.
I don't know if you sub a player out. Maybe Nugent Hopkins gets moved out and put another defenseman in there. Darnell Nurse can shoot the fucking puck, man. And I'm not sure why he doesn't he's on power play 2. Why not move him to power play 1?
Well, I think, like, for me, it's they're gonna have to be at least try to be creative on it, and then they also gotta look at it like they're gonna have to think of a different way to enter the zone. It's and then, like you said, that McDavid goes and then or Bouchard goes to the center, drops it. It lands on McDavid's skate. And half the time they already know that's coming, so they're already trying to figure out a way to get the puck off of Bouchard. So they got to figure out a different way on getting it in.
Zone entry needs to change for sure.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of falling off a little bit here.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that I would like to bring up, um, we're going right into the Carter Hart story. Listen, anybody that's watching the show today, which I hope is millions of people,
That'd be sick.
you know, before there was even an announcement about what the verdict was, Carter Hart was connected to the Oilers, and then the Edmonton Oilers put to rest that rumor, saying that they weren't interested in Carter Hart, which is we don't know if it's true or not, right? They're just gonna say it until they figure out the
They're
verdict.
gonna say that to save face. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. And then they were obviously acquitted. They were um and then Gary Bettman said, well, they're not going to play in the NHL. The NHLPA, went after them for that. And I guess, when I think what really changed everything is when the Crown wasn't going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like when the girl wasn't going to renew the, like, what's the word they use for that? Shit.
I'm not sure.
You know,
I am no legal analyst.
yeah. Well, basically, they weren't going to open up the case again. Basically, going back after them, you know,
Yeah.
um, they, my God, I can't believe I can't remember the word for it. But anyways, they decided that, the girl or whatever, they're like, no, we're not interested in, you know, countering this. It is, it's done. It's over. It's done. Um, I think after that, I think maybe Gary Bettman and the rest of the commissioners were like, maybe they didn't do anything wrong, right? And she's because like if she's not, going to come back after them because in most cases, if you've done something where that you're in the right, they're going to be like, no, 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 we have to go. Like I'm not done with this, but now it's like it's done, right? Um, so I think they ended up, okay, well, now you're suspended. Well, that just sounds stupid to me because it's like, okay, you got suspended for what? For not doing anything?
Well, no, I mean there is. I understand the suspension. When you're a professional athlete, there's a code of conduct in your not only in your union agreement with the NHLPA and the NHL. There is a code of conduct that is laid out by the teams. Specifically, like not an NHL team, but the New York Yankees. Up until this year, in order to play for the New York Yankees, you had to be clean shaven. You had to look a certain way because that's the way New York Yankees looked.
Yeah.
And so I understand why Gary Bettman and the board of directors or whatever issued the suspension, because even if they didn't do anything, which they were found not guilty or acquitted or however you want to put it, they were in that scenario, which is not a good look for professional athletes. You should be a role model to your community. Don't put yourself in scenarios like that. It's very simple. It's very simple to act like a good person.
Yeah, but
And that's exactly why these guys were suspended. I understand. I can see both sides of the coin here, Kev. The suspension wasn't warranted. The suspension was not warranted before, or sorry, after they'd been acquitted,
Mhm.
but it was most definitely warranted before the trial was over. Absolutely no doubt in my mind.
Well, the word I was looking for was appeal. She and her team did not appeal.
Appeal. Yes. Okay.
They did not appeal it. And so normally when you are passionate about something being done to you, that is like I would have appealed it for sure, right? Like so there was something and
Yeah.
then you know what?
And that,
I also listen to like some of it's one guy I follow on TikTok, his name's Maverick Sports. He was actually talking about how they mishandled her case, like her team mishandled her case. Now, I would have to go into it
yeah.
more deeper than I would want to see what he meant by that. Either way, Carter Hart will be eligible to sign a contract here in about a month's time. And then in about a month and a half, he'll be able to join a team. You know, he's young. I know that he proved himself on a really shitty fucking team, which was unfortunately for you
The
Flyer
Philadelphia
fans.
Flyers were not good.
Yeah, and
Yeah, sorry, Flyer fans. It's been a long 35 years, hasn't it?
he's young. I think
But I mean, wait, Jeff. Philly sports fans are calm, reasonable people. They will understand what we're talking about.
yeah, the Broad Street Bullies are
Yeah,
calm, easy people, eh?
yeah. That's Philadelphia. Well, Philadelphia sports fans, whether it be the Eagles or the Sixers or the Flyers, are always calm, rational
They are,
human
aren't they?
beings.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah, they are. Unless you're Sidney
Yeah,
Crosby.
yeah. Okay, Kev. Yeah.
Unless you're Sidney Crosby. Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, but there again, yeah, yeah. Sid, I mean, Sid deserves some of the hate. He's made Philly look bad for a lot of years with his play.
And then
Not gonna lie.
and then Pronger went over there.
Yeah, he's so good. So good, Kev.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay, so do you
So okay,
risk
back to
going
Carter
after?
Hart.
Do
Carter
you
Hart.
do you kind of take a look at him now, or do you take a look and sign him and put him
Well,
in the AHL?
so I'm gonna come at this. Well, Kev, I actually had a discussion with a couple of guys at work about this. One's a Phillies fan or Phillies. One's a Flyers fan, the other's a Maple Leafs fan, and obviously me an Oilers fan. We talked about Carter Hart. He would be a good fit in Edmonton, but think about the GM doing the signing, Kev.
Right.
Stan Bowman. Now
Yeah.
it's no secret to the hockey world what Stan Bowman did in Chicago regarding the playoff run and covering up the sexual assaults and
Well,
stuff
I
like
don't think
that.
he was covering it up. I
If
just don't
you are
think
to
it's it.
reach out, or he didn't take the proper channels. He didn't
Yeah.
handle it
Yeah.
right.
He didn't handle it right.
Um, now, God help us, it's the world we live in that somebody is going to connect those two dots through a segue. And is it a good look for the Edmonton Oilers? I know there was people that were already furious that Stan Bowman got hired.
Mm-hmm.
They felt he never should have been allowed back in the league. And I feel those are the same people that are going to say Carter Hart should never be allowed back in the league just due to the allegations. It's not fair, but you know it's going to happen. So is that something that, number one, the Edmonton Oilers want to broach that subject? And number two, will the NHL even allow it? Because you know somebody in that boardroom is going to say something similar.
Yeah.
I mean, Carter Hart, I think would be a good fit. He'd be a good goalie. I'd personally sign him and put him in the AHL and see how he does. But you know that's going to come with a truckload of baggage, especially with Stan Bowman brokering the deal.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, the Edmonton Oilers are known to be the rehab for careers. We don't know exactly
Well,
what
you're
happened.
not wrong.
We don't know exactly what happened with Corey Perry. You know, obviously Evander Kane's got the
We don't.
history. Cassian had a history.
Zach Cassian.
So
You're not wrong, Kev, and I understand that. But
and the thing is,
I mean,
hey, I'm not like it's so fucking. It's such a touchy one because it's like I was fully against them coming back to the NHL, 100%. But when you have something that happened to you and you don't appeal it, and it starts to show holes in your whatever you're talking about. Like when she and her team did not appeal the judge's decision, I was like, okay, what are you not like? What the fuck is going on here, right? Like to me, that was like, okay, maybe I gotta. Who the fuck knows if fucking Carter Hart was even in the like? I don't know. Like it wasn't like it was like Amanda Heard and fucking Johnny Depp. It was live, and you got to hear everything, right? But
yeah.
it's like, and it sucks because you know that the same thing happened to Jake Virtanen, where he got kicked off the team. He had to go and prove his innocence, which he ended up doing. She didn't appeal.
Yeah.
He came and tried on a PTO with the Edmonton Oilers. I think he did well, but I think, you know, maybe not all of his game was well. Well, actually, he didn't do well. He didn't do good at all, to be honest with you. I think he had maybe a goal, but it was enough for them to like okay, we're going to cut you loose. He ends up going to the KHL. Like his career is never going to be the same. But
Not.
the thing is like when let's just say, because like I said, I'm not in the court. I don't know. All right. But I feel like if you're not going to appeal something, you're not fucking fully being honest yourself. So, or you
Yeah, but
didn't
there
do,
comes a point, Kev, when the prosecutor, or the Crown, sorry, they don't have any of the evidence. So at what point do you throw the towel in and say, and I'm not saying whether they're guilty or innocent or, I mean, if they're fucking guilty and got away with this,
yeah.
I far I have a thought that they should be treated far worse than not just playing in the NHL anymore.
And I think,
But if they're innocent and she's throwing accusations around,
which is a
nobody
possibility.
knows except her. Nobody knows except her and the players that were on trial.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And that's,
And
I
that's
don't know.
why
I mean,
it's such a gray area, right? Because it's like you don't want to punish
it
the
is.
kids that didn't do the crime, but you don't want them to go
You're
unpunished if they did some of, or even a little bit of the crime, right? So it's kind of like one of
Well, not
those,
only that, you don't want to, if she is being truthful, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's not. If she's being truthful, you absolutely have to believe her. And that's the
yeah.
toughest part about our justice system is without actual proof, somebody can get away with something.
And then,
And
yeah.
if they did, fuck them. If they didn't, fuck her. And that's really all we can say about it with the limited knowledge that is released to the press and everything. With
Yeah.
the information we have, we don't know.
We don't.
Nobody knows except the girl and the 4 or 5 or whatever, however many players were in that trial.
And listen, you're right when it comes to,
Nobody knows.
and you're right when it comes to like you guys are professional hockey players, regardless. Like even when you're playing in the World Juniors, you're still the face of Hockey Canada, and at
Exactly.
that time,
You represent an
and
entire country.
the
Entire
country,
country.
the NHL as well as Hockey Canada have a reputation and a brand that they got to try to protect, right? So them, suspending or kicking the guys off the team, whatever. I mean, sorry guys. I mean, fucked up or not, I mean, they got to do what's best for the business. So I get it. It's just that it's so, I don't know. To me, it's so wishy washy, right? Like I don't believe her, but I don't believe them either. And then it's just like I do believe them, and I also do believe her. So it's
Well, it's like they say, Kev, there's 3 sides to every story.
yeah.
There's yours, there's mine,
And then
and
there's a
then there's the
true.
truth somewhere in the middle. And realistically, nobody knows the truth. And people, maybe she sees it differently one way and the players see it differently another. And so again, where's the truth? And the courts went through due process and
They
that's what
did.
they decided.
That's the other.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what they decided.
Yeah, and that at the end of the day, that's the other thing I also have to like fuck, I keep forgetting about it. This thing dragged out for a very long time, like all of last year.
Years, man.
Yeah, I mean like,
Years it's been going on.
and so I'm sure, when I'm thinking about it now, not that I'm changing my opinion on anything, but it's like they kind of fine combed everything, right? Like I don't know. At the end of the day, if she's not appealing, obviously the NHL sees something where they're going to reinstate them. So, here's the other thing, like Adam Foote's kid is involved in this. And
Cal Foot, yeah.
yeah, and you would think he, above everybody else, understands the importance of representing yourself at a higher standard than any of those guys on that team because he saw it through his dad.
Well, not only that, but most of these kids have been in it's called the Program of Excellence in Canada.
Right.
And they get put in, you're looking at 13, 14-year-olds that are the best in the country, and they start playing with that maple leaf on their jersey from that young age.
Yeah.
So, to me at that age, because they were playing in the CHL, they're considered professionals.
Yeah,
As a professional hockey player, they absolutely should have known better than to get in that scenario where they could even be accused of doing that.
100%. You're
You
absolutely
know what I
right.
mean?
You're absolutely right.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, I was an 18, 19-year-old kid too. I liked to party. I liked to hang around with girls. I
Yeah,
liked
yeah.
all that stuff. But believe me, if I was playing on World Junior team, it would have been dinner, up to the hotel room, lock the door, go to bed.
Yeah.
Simply because,
You're playing for your country.
I'm
It's a highly touted fucking tournament. You're
playing
playing
for
for
my
your
country.
country.
That is the greatest honor an athlete can have.
Yeah.
That was the greatest honor an athlete could have, was to wear that
So
countryman flag on your chest.
So I think we were both in agreement, outside of the politics of it all. Obviously, the NHL is allowing them to come back and get contracts. I would take a risk and sign him, send him to the AHL, do like a stint down there, get his legs under him again. And this is strictly based off of the player, not him personally. I think that he would have
Not any of
to
the politics. Yep.
get it, how he gets involved in with the community. I mean, that's going to be up to him. But listen, we got about another 20 minutes left here. I want to get into some other stuff here. So the rookie
Yep, no
camp
problem.
has started yesterday. Tonight, the Edmonton Oilers will be facing against the Calgary Flames rookie team. I think you can catch that on their website. And two players that are going to be
OilersPlus.com.
playing that are on the list is Ike Howard and Matt Savoy. Ike Howard coming over from a trade for Sam O'Reilly, straight across from Tampa Bay. Hobie Baker Award winner. And then Matt Savoy, Edmonton boy.
Michigan
Uh,
State.
and, and he came over from the Ryan McLeod trade from Buffalo. Those are the two guys I'm going to be watching. Obviously, I'm going to be looking at Jarvanti, if I'm even saying his name right, as well as Regula. I don't think Regula is actually going to be involved in this one. Let me take a look here. I think he played enough games with Ottawa.
No, he's not. He's not. I'm looking at the roster
Is
right now.
Jarvanti on there? Probably not either, because he played enough games in Ottawa too.
No.
Okay, so those two guys aren't going to be playing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
it's obviously going to be
are...
Ike Howard and Matt Savoy. I saw Ike Howard's interview that he did with the Oilers there during the captain's gate.
Yeah.
He's just like your typical hockey player, like listening to him talk and answer questions, or like, we just got to keep firing pucks into the net, and
yeah.
we kind of
get puck deep and back check, and had a good period.
Yeah, got to keep our sticks on the ice and
proper NHL media training, I believe that's called.
Get out there. Matt Savoy, pretty much the same. I'm actually interested in, I'd be interested to see how those guys will play on the line together. Very young, very skillful, very Matt Savoy playing in the AHL for the last couple of years. Had a good year last year. Obviously, Ike Howard stepping out of the NCAA, coming into the NHL. Let's talk about that. I mean, that's I think Matt Savoy is probably more better prepared for it than Ike Howard, because he played in the AHL for a number of years. But going from the NCAA into the NHL is a big step. However, I will give them this. Anybody that won the Hobie Baker Award for many years now have gone on to play in pretty good hockey. Cole Caulfield, obviously Eichel, Gaudreau before he passed away. Rest in peace to him. So they got a good history there, and that's kind of what we're hoping is going to happen here with the Edmonton Oilers. But apparently he's got a little bit of a swagger. He's somebody that likes to joke around in the dressing room. So,
they talked about that. I mean, you got to have a guy to keep it light.
Yeah,
you gotta. I mean, if everybody gets too serious, you start gripping the stick a little hard. Especially if you're mired down in a bit of a losing slump or something. You got to have that guy to lighten the mood. And I think he's going to be a good fit. Like he had that on, was it when he got drafted? He, white suit and just real,
the best.
Real
What do you say?
I like it. I think it's kind of cool, man.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, Evander Kane had some outlandish suits, but I think this guy might have, but we'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
what comes because,
it'll be interesting. I think, and what are your thoughts on Savoy?
well, he's pretty little, Kev.
Yeah,
I mean, that's probably my only knock against him. He's 5'9", 179 pounds. I mean, damn, my dog's almost bigger than that.
but you want to
And
know who's also pretty
like,
close to that same height and has like when I watched the Edmonton Oilers play against the LA Kings for last year's Stanley Cup
yeah.
playoffs, you would be like LA's a very small team. Like I think Kempe is like, let's take a look at Kempe.
Well, I would like to see him be similar to like a Kasperi Kapanen.
Kasperi Cap. Oh, Matt Savoy.
Yeah, play kind of a, I don't know, not a mean guy. I mean, Kapanen's bigger than him. Kapanen goes at 6'1", 194.
Yeah, no,
But
Kempe's 6'1",
yeah, I mean,
but they fucking looked small on that team.
the other comparable, which kind of worries me, I guess, he's proven in the NHL though already, is Andrew Mangiapane. He's only 5'10".
Right.
Whereas these guys are coming in to replace Corey Perry and Evander Kane, who are 6'3" and 6'2" respectively.
Yeah.
You start giving up 4 or 5 inches. That's going to make a difference in the corners down low.
So you say
And
he's 5'11"?
who? Matt Savoy?
Yeah.
Matt Savoy's 5'9".
Oh, he's 5'9". Jesus, that's really
6 inches
small.
shorter than Corey Perry. That is small.
That's like Cliff Running small.
Yeah, right? Let's see. Just looking here. Andrew Mangiapane's 5'10".
5'9". Jesus Christ.
5'9" is small. I mean, granted, he's young. He could still grow a little bit. We don't know.
No, I think you're done at the age of 21 growing, dude. I think that's about as tall as he. And is that with skates on?
No.
Okay.
But everybody's got skates on.
Yeah. Like, Jesus,
So,
that's
we'll see.
small.
I'm interested to see. I think, but Cole Caulfield is fairly small too. Or he seems small on that team anyway. I don't know if he is. I haven't looked up his number. And Isaac Howard, same thing. He's only 5'10".
That's
right?
too small.
So
man.
I mean, that's the thing is I'm worried about these guys. Like I say, Mangiapane, he's proven NHLer. He banged around with Calgary but granted, he is getting a little old too. He's getting a little, I don't want to say long in the tooth, but he's been around. I'm excited for Mangiapane. He was a serious pest when he played against the Oilers. Not. Yeah, I like Mangiapane. I think he's found a way to be an effective hockey player at his size. I think Matt Savoy is going to have to do the same thing. Now you're playing against 6'7" monsters like Tyler Myers versus playing in
fucking David versus Goliath.
In Bakersfield versus, and even into juniors again. You're playing. They talk about that a lot. Is the difference between playing against men versus playing against boys.
Well, I'll tell you.
Savoy it'll be a pretty big learning curve. I think he'll get there.
I'll tell you what. Like, if there's any size in the AHL, which I would imagine there is, it's not the NHL. He had a good season last year. 66 games, 19 goals, 35 assists, 54 points. He was a plus 21 player.
Yeah, and that's, like I say, he's. You got to remember, Kev, the difference between the AHL and the NHL is about that much. But that much.
Yeah, it's everything. Yeah, no, I get that.
It's everything, right? I mean,
well,
like I say, I'm excited to see what he can do when he gets here.
I think
if he makes the team out of camp, which I'm almost certain he will.
Well, I mean, the opportunity's there for him to clench that, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. I think when you put him on the forward lines that they got, and he's going to be either McDavid or Draisaitl, possibly seeing a third line.
Well, he's a natural shooter. He's a natural shooter. And let's face it, Draisaitl has never really had a natural shooter to pass to. I mean, he's
got 2 of them then, because that's exactly what Ike Howard is. is a natural shooter.
Well, he's the best passer in the league. And
Yeah,
I mean, you need to find guys on his wings that are willing to pound the pill at the net every time they touch it. You need one guy who will do that and one guy who will go get it like a fucking Zach Hyman, like a bulldog on a pork chop. Tough.
which is that fucking sucks that
You
Zach
need to
Hyman's not going to be back for the start of the season either.
see. I think that's more cautionary, Kev. Wrist injuries are finicky, and do we need him? Kinda. I guess you could say we need him. He's obviously a huge part of our team, but with Zach Hyman, I would rather leave it safe than sorry.
Yeah,
Right? I mean, if he breaks it again or re-aggravates it or something in the first 10 or 15 games of the year, you're not going to break the season by having him sit out an extra month.
yeah,
But you could break the season if he busts it again and he's out the rest of the year.
yeah. No, I get that. Plus, he's older, so it's probably the
That's kind of
healing.
yeah.
I think,
I would assume it's probably precautionary.
I think. Now, just hear me out on this. Your first
Okay.
line is going
I'll
to
hear you
be
out.
your first line is going to be Connor McDavid, Zach Hyman. Who are you putting on the other side?
I'd probably try Mangiapane.
Okay,
That'd kind of be where I start with it.
your second line, because that's where I was going. I think that's
Yeah.
because I think that Leon Draisaitl deserves nice things too, and
I think you're right, Kev. He's
I think I like to see either Ike or Savoy on his line
okay.
with fuck man. It's like a logjam because it's like when I think of Nugent Hopkins, because Nugent Hopkins he's a hell of a fucking setup player too.
Well, he is.
But he
But
needs to play center. I would like them all to play their natural positions, like McDavid play center, and then run with three good solid lines. But then, okay, is Howard and Savoy? Can you check to see if Howard and Savoy play the same wing?
let me see. Savoy is naturally a center.
Oh,
So
he
no.
is.
Where's Howard? Howard is a left winger.
You can't put Savoy on the fucking.
But well, you could put Savoy on the right wing because he is a right-handed shot.
Okay, so then fuck. Do you even put those two with Leon, and then put or do we put Nuge with Henrique and Janmark?
So here's kind of how I had Draisaitl for my second line. I had McDavid and Hyman are a lock for top line. There's no question about it. You could go Mangiapane with McDavid and Hyman. That's kind of what I would start with to
Right.
see how it works.
Yeah.
Draisaitl, and then I thought maybe Curtis Lazar. See how he does on a driving line like that.
I'd love to see what a comeback story that would be.
Wouldn't it? Comes back to Edmonton where he dominated when he played for the Oil Kings.
Well, he
was fantastic.
Won a Memorial Cup. He won a Memorial Cup.
Exactly. And come back to Edmonton. I think it'd be great. Now, what about Kasperi Kapanen on Draisaitl's line? What do you think about that?
He likes him. I know that much.
I mean, he does. I know. So I kind of had Kapanen penciled in the wing with Draisaitl. I mean, he's fast. He hits. That could be a fairly miserable line to play against.
Oh, and he's greasy too. I mean, Greasy isn't going for the greasy goals like he did against Vegas last year.
Exactly. On my third line, obviously Nuge at center, and then I had maybe Podkolzin on one side of him.
Oh, I forgot. No, Podkolzin.
You could run.
Podkolzin is the one that. Sorry.
You could run Janmark on the other side, maybe, or Matt Jones. Give him a shot on next to Nuge. And then my fourth line is that bottom six is a fucking logjam. It really is.
It really fucking is, man. Like it's.
You got Henrique, you got Trent Frederick, you got Quinn Hudson, you got, you got Noah Philp, you got Max Jones, you got Janmark. Like the bottom six is truly a logjam. I'd like to see Matt Savoy up with a couple of the big shooters. Whether it's second line or first line, I'd like to try him with McDavid and Draisaitl. But I think Draisaitl being such a naturally gifted shooter and passer. I mean, let's face it, nobody passes the puck in the league like Leon Draisaitl. Nobody.
No.
So he needs a natural shooter, and I don't know. I mean, Savoy is, but there again, will those skills translate to the NHL on a second line role where you're playing against the second best or the possibly the best defenseman on the other team
See,
every night?
I'm still kind of locked in on the second line here because I said Kasperi Kapanen was the one that Leon liked. It's not Kasperi Kapanen that Leon really liked. It was Podkolzin. He's gone out and said in his latest interview that Podkolzin allows him to give him space that he needs. And plays hard on the puck and doesn't give up on the puck and always gives him space, which is great because could you imagine if Podkolzin is that good as Leon says, and he likes playing with him, that he gives him enough space so that he can pass it to a Ike Howard or a Matt Savoy for a fucking top cheddar cheese shot, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least.
No, I agree. I think there's going to be a lot of the blender out early in the season to see who fits, where they fit, and as they develop, it may change again throughout the season. You know?
Yeah. So we got about, well, we're going to go over the time limit a little bit here, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of ums and ins and shit like that when we edit that gets taken out. So let's finish this off here with Connor McDavid. Obviously has not signed an extension just yet. A lot of oil people are getting kind of worried. There are some people that are not worried. Doesn't look like the board of directors for the Edmonton Oilers are too concerned. I'm starting to change my thoughts on this. I think I'm going to kind of just be prepared for unhappiness. One thing that I noticed is he is taking his time on this. I know with you mentioned that probably by trade deadline, if he sees a change in it, then he might sign an extension. There's people saying that like Bob Stauffer's 102% certain that he's going to resign. It's not even coming down to money. It's coming down to term. I think they're trying, like, Oilers are going to want 8 years, obviously. McDavid's like, I'll give you 2. See what we do in the next 3 years. Do I think he's going to resign? Let's put this out. I'm kind of 50-50. I don't know what's going to happen. The only person that really knows what's going to happen is McDavid. So we're only just going to speculate. But one thing I can certainly tell you, and I need to get this out there, Matt, because I'm so fucking tired of hearing this shit by these delusional fucking Maple Leafs fans.
I know where you're going. He's not signing in Toronto.
He's not going to Toronto.
Ever.
You can't even keep Mitch Marner there. Okay?
Ever.
Can't even keep Ryan O'Reilly. Like, people are leaving there. Like, I don't even know if, like, once everything's done with fucking Matthews might fucking take off. You guys got to, like, the media, the fans, like...
I wouldn't... Yeah.
Like, he's not going there. Like, please, like, I'm so... Yep. I know you're trolling because I believe I really hope that you can't even, like, as a Maple Leafs fan, I hope you can't even believe your own bullshit. He's not going there. We have about as good as a chance of getting Steve Dangle on our show than you fucking having McDavid play for the Maple Leafs. Gretzky was a Maple Leafs fan. He never played there.
When I'll tell you what, McDavid will sign with the Toronto Maple Leafs when Spittin' Chicklets comes into my basement and does a fucking cameo from my couch. Okay, Kev? That's what's going to happen. When I got Biz Nasty and fucking all the boys sitting here, Ryan Whitney, when they're sitting here doing a cameo all behind me, that's when McDavid signs the fucking contract with the Leafs. Period. I could see him going to play for the Calgary Flames in the dump of the Maxi Pad Dome before going to Toronto.
Yeah.
I could see that.
And we'll be getting drunk off of Pink Whitney while he sits downstairs on...
Hey, man, Pink Whitney's bad half.
That's fucking good.
It's good stuff.
Oh, it's really good.
You mix that, like you take it to the golf course and you mix it with a pink lemonade BioSteel.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. Be drunk by the second hole, Kev.
And shower with that stuff. It's so good.
So my thoughts on the McDavid contract. I know you're kind of at a 50-50. I'm in a similar spot where I think if we don't have an answer by Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, not Canadian Thanksgiving.
Okay.
If we do not have him re-signed by American Thanksgiving, I believe Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson should start prepping for trade offers for Connor McDavid at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and it's funny.
And I'm not gonna be one of the guys who sits here and criticizes the shit out of 97 for not signing an extension because it's Edmonton and you were drafted here. And no, Connor McDavid, at the end of the day, is a businessman.
Yeah.
If he's gonna go somewhere and they're gonna pay him $22 million a year, and Edmonton's only offering him, 18. You'd be stupid not to take that. And there isn't a person out there who can tell me that if somebody offered them $2 or $3 or $4 million a year more, they aren't going to take it, or at the very least, seriously consider it.
Yeah, I think
stupid not to.
I think
businessman.
The money's going to come.
That's
though.
Simple.
The money's going to come. Like, I don't think it's really going to come down.
But
to a dollar amount.
Now,
I think
Kev, we're back to.
He wants to win, dude. He's made that very, very fucking clear.
I understand that.
So he's not going to go and sign 22.
He's
not going to sign $22 million a year and play in San Jose. Not going to fucking happen.
Probably not San Jose. But if somebody comes in, offers him more money, that's an actual contender. Vegas doesn't have the cap room, but just for you know what I mean. But that's a terrible example. But
New York,
you understand what I'm saying?
York.
If he can go somewhere, so if he can go somewhere and the team is competitive enough with his addition, he may take the money with that contract. Now, you'll have to agree with me here, or well, you don't have to, but I believe the last 2 summers since Jeff Jackson took over, I believe the team has went backwards twice.
Yeah, well,
I truly believe that.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I think, you're right.
I think Connor McDavid is
tired of it.
He's looking at that, right? I mean, last year they got closer to the Stanley Cup 2 years ago than they did last year.
Yeah, no, he's keeping them accountable.
Right?
He's keeping them accountable.
Well,
and then it's about time.
Not only that, but he's weighing his options. Remember, Ray Bourque gets traded to fucking Colorado for last year was to go win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Would I like to see Connor McDavid stay in Edmonton? Absolutely. Give him 8 by 15, whatever. But the other thing I think he's waiting on, I think his agent is waiting on Kirill Kaprizov's contract to be dropped. He turned down 8 by 16.
Yeah.
The other day. So if that means Kaprizov's not even close to as good as McDavid, let's be real. He's a great hockey player.
Yeah.
But he's not even close. I'd take Leon Draisaitl over fucking Kirill Kaprizov.
Well, now they're talking about doing a sign and trade right now. That's the new rumor, and I think Minnesota shut that down.
Yeah. Well, either way, man, I think it's something that, Connor's going to sign when Connor wants to sign. And whatever, man. If we lose him, we lose him. I mean, you got to remember the greatest hockey player in the world that wore that jersey right there. He was sold out of Edmonton.
Yeah.
He was. He wasn't traded. He was sold. And this one, the second greatest hockey player, in my opinion, he very well could be traded or even sold, right? Draft picks or whatever you want to call it. I think everybody's for sale in this NHL. Everybody.
I think that,
and if Edmonton gets the right return, if we're not contending at Thanksgiving, I think honestly they should be prepping to trade him to a contender and see what they can get back. Because again, I think our team has taken we've gotten 2 years older and we've taken 2 steps backwards.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm 50-50. Before I was like, oh, he's going to sign, because I'm getting this information now. Like, Elliot Freeman was like, oh, he'll definitely resign him. But now he's even like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Bob Stauffer went from 110% to 102%. So
Well, and that's just it. Is there is waverings. I mean, it's to me, I don't think you're going to see anything, whether it's an extension or him saying no, I'm not extending. I don't think you're going to see a thing until American Thanksgiving. Nothing,
yeah, yeah.
because he's hedging. He's weighing the odds, man.
Well, he's weighing the
If they're going
odds,
to
and that,
contend
and
again this year,
well, but that's
great.
not just. It's not just this year. It's the future. It's
Yep,
and
you're
he
not
is
wrong.
right. Like if he's gonna sign off, like there's such a big difference because like we were just talking about Trent Frederick being in the lineup there, and like he signed an 8-year, $3.8 million contract, and I think to
Yep,
him he was like, I'm never gonna make this much money. I got to take it, right? And he did, and he
well,
did
that's
what's
just
right for
it.
him. McDavid, on the other hand, is a different breed of every aspect of the sport, and he has earned the right to take his time on this. I don't think it's going to
And
disrupt the dressing room. I thought at first maybe it would disrupt the dressing room, but after listening to like Ekholm talk about it not disrupting or Leon, I think everybody's on the
yep,
same wavelength. Like, yeah, he has earned the right to do what he's doing, and we as fans have to be appreciative of that too. I just hope that even if we make the playoffs, and this is what happened with Tavares. Tavares, although they made the playoffs, he didn't re-sign during the offseason, and he went to Toronto. And to me, that was a, a bad move on his part because the Islanders were turning, like they were becoming better, and he kind of jumped
yep,
ship because they had like Bazaar or Barzell and a bunch of
yep.
players. And for McDavid though, you really have to take it. Like if you come in at a fucking wild card position and he is not re-signed, and you look and you're like, okay, well now I'm looking at it like we are definitely without question going backwards, and now we're probably not even going to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. McDavid's going to walk for nothing. Do you trade him then?
And that's why I say at trade deadline, Stan Bowman, if he has not re-signed by American Thanksgiving or maybe even Christmas at the latest or Olympic break,
Yeah,
I honestly believe you better have something ready to package Connor McDavid out of town. I think that's the look that Connor McDavid has taken. He's probably handed them a list already of, or his agent will have a list at the very least
yeah,
of places he wants to go if it materializes. Because I mean, like you said, Jeff Jackson and Stan Bowman would be stupid to lose that player to free agency for nothing.
yeah.
They'd be absolutely. I think
I would be more
they
mad at
might burn Rogers' place down.
I would be more mad at them for not doing something when they had the opportunity to do it.
Me too.
Because
Me
oh
too.
well,
Like I
I'm
mean,
Jeff
if the
Jackson. I'm like,
Oilers are out of the playoffs,
yeah, which I don't see
like
happening. I
if the
don't. I
Oilers are
still
out
see
of the
them.
playoffs at trade deadline,
Yeah,
I don't see it happening. No, but who knows, right? I mean, you never know what the season's going to bring. If the Oilers are out of the playoffs at trade deadline, Jeff Jackson had better glue that phone to his ear to get the best return he can for Connor McDavid. Otherwise, he will probably not ever be allowed to set foot in the city limits of Edmonton ever again.
yeah. And I'm sure. Well, we'll see.
And that'll probably be by like provincial declaration.
I think, like I said, I'm 50-50 on this. I think they're probably. I agree with your Kirill Kaprizov thing there because I don't even think, and there's a lot of people, Matt, in the hockey world that would agree with me on this. But it's the price you got to pay if you want to play in Minnesota, I guess. But he's not, to me, like Leon, to me, is a better player than Kirill Kaprizov and has done more in the game of hockey than Kirill Kaprizov. And for him to take that, like to turn
I
down
agree.
$16 million, it's almost insulting. And I agree. I don't think Kirill Kaprizov should be making more than Leon, let alone McDavid. I mean, so I think we need to see how that's going to turn out. I can see that if he doesn't sign, wouldn't it just be so insulting if Kirill Kaprizov said, "No, I'm not interested in this until I see what McDavid signs"? Dude, don't even fucking like you can't even hold the candle to McDavid. So like, I can see McDavid waiting to see what you're gonna make because he knows he's
Well, and
fucking night and day difference than you.
well, that's just it. I mean, if Kirill Kaprizov say were to take 18, if some team out there, even if it's like the Sharks,
Yeah.
offers him 18 million, do you think McDavid is going to ask for 20? Because clearly he's better.
Oh,
Clearly.
yeah.
I mean, Minnesota fans, I mean, you cannot deny that McDavid is not better than Kirill Kaprizov. I mean, Kirill Kaprizov is a great hockey player.
Yeah.
But he doesn't hold a candle to McDavid. Not even close.
Not even close. And the other thing too is like I know McDavid is a team player and he's done it before in the past, and I think he would do it again. He would take a discount to help get better players, but he's not going to take a discount right now with the team that he has right now because there's uncertainties. You've lost a lot of grit. You lost a lot of, experience. Yeah, you're bringing in youth. You got one guy that was the best getting into your head. Another guy that can fucking lay down, and sure, Mangiapane, I guess apparently, and I read this, is a bit of a head game guy player as well. And that was one of the things that Leon didn't like playing against him. It's because he can get into your head, which is probably the Howard Chuck that he got that from. Now, Curtis Lazar, he's got a face that you want to fucking punch because he'll kill you with kindness, right? Like he's just got that. He's just got that, like, you can insult him and he'll just smile at you.
He's got that nice guy appeal.
Yeah. So, but when it comes,
I don't know. I'm like I say, I think Kev, we need to wait until not quite mid-season, but definitely American Thanksgiving, couple months into the season, and see where this thing goes.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Hougie and Grinder show. My name is Grinder. On the other hand, is the Hoagmeister. This is our very first episode. We're going to try to get it on all the platforms. The show is also brought to you by the Block Productions, and we're gonna get some apparel done up. We're doing a little cross promotions with a well-known apparel company here in Central Alberta. And so Hoagie, other than that, I don't really have much more to say, until next time, I guess. That's it from us. We'll talk soon.
Thanks for checking us out. Comments, feedback, whatever. Let us know how we did. And
and you're also
we'll catch you on the next one, everybody.
Also, you'll be able to follow us on. We're gonna have this on YouTube. We're gonna have this on Instagram. We're gonna have this on Clabber. We're gonna have this on TikTok. We're gonna cover all those formats. Eventually, we want to be able to go live, but it's baby steps for now. Matt, stay on the line. I'm just gonna hit stop record, and
you got her, buddy.